The search is on for a missing teen. The urgent Amber Alert happening right now.
$10,000 for any information that's going to lead to the arrest and the conviction of these criminals.
New surveillance shows armed robbers at a convenience store. What the police is saying about the string of robberies happening around our county.
I was have to ride on the street.
No e-bikes, electric scooters, or motorized pedicabs. Reaction to a new ban along the water.
Trading Places will take you behind the scenes of the Nutcracker. It's 6 a.m. on Friday, December 15th, and you're up with CBS 8.
And we are going to start this hour now with breaking news. A SWAT situation in Claremont is now over. This started around 2 this morning and ended around 4 a.m. And you'll see here in this video a suspect. There he is under arrest by those officers.
This was in the 5200 block of Claremont Mesa Boulevard. Police telling us a woman called saying she was being held against her will. When officers got there, a man inside refused to come out. Police were worried the guy was armed, so they called in the SWAT team. The woman was able to come out safely, and the man later surrendered a little while later. Thanks for being here at 6 a.m. on this Friday, everyone. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampour. So it will be warm and dry today, but change is on the way for next week. So yeah, a little shake-up finally, because I mean, we've been very spoiled, Evan.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the 15th now of December, right. Exactly halfway, and we have had no rain so far this month, and what is normally one of our wettest months. We do have rain, though, in the forecast for next week. So we're enjoying the dry skies for now. The Santa Ana winds keeping us warmer than normal, 70s, even some low 80s in the forecast inland this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine out there. It's some cold overnight lows that we are working with, but we're going to gear up for the transition toward wet weather going into next week. In the meantime, here's what it looks like across the southwestern U.S. 48 degrees right now in San Diego, 41 in Santa Barbara, 52 in Palm Springs. Coming up, we'll take a look at how that wet weather is going to roll in and what it will mean for the changes that we see throughout the weekend. Back to you.
All right, Evan, thank you. And now you will probably see these Amber Alert signs on local freeways this morning, those lit up signs. Right now, authorities in San Diego are looking for a missing teenager. You see a picture of her here on the screen. 13-year-old Rain Gonzalez was last seen on Sunday in Imperial County with 43-year-old Lorenzo Carlos Guerrero. Guerrero is believed to be driving a silver Mercedes C230 with the California license plate 5ZFS158. Gonzalez described as being 5'9", 115 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing gray sweatpants, a dark shirt, a jacket, white shoes, and carrying a backpack. Guerrero was wearing a white Braves jersey with the number 44 on the back and dark blue jeans. You can call the FBI San Diego office if you have any information, or if you see them or that Mercedes, call 911 immediately. This morning, we have new surveillance video showing one of the recent robberies at local stores.
And this morning, there is a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. CBS 8's Regina Yarita is live in La Mesa now, where one of the stores was hit in this, what's being described as a county-wide spree now.
Yeah, that's correct. And this is Excalibur Liquor Store here on Baltimore Street in La Mesa. The person that was working at the time experienced a very scary situation when 4 armed robbers entered that store. Now, this morning, we're being told by San Diego police that no other inconvenience store has been hit since Wednesday night. But I want to show you some surveillance video to show you what these stores have been dealing with. So this is a surveillance video from December 12th. This is a store in North County. You can see multiple gunmen during a robbery. They have their face covered. They enter the liquor store and immediately run to rip out that cash register. The group was last seen running away from that scene. So again, that is surveillance video from December 12th. Now on Wednesday night, police say Tradewinds Liquor in Oak Park was robbed around 9:30 p.m. 5 suspects entered the store. 2 of them had handguns. They took cash from the register and liquor. The group was last seen running away from that scene as well. Just about 10 minutes later, 4 robbers believed to be in their late teens entered the Excalibur Liquor Store where I'm standing. They were all wearing masks, and police say they fled the scene in a gray 4-door sedan. So San Diego police also say 11 stores had been hit in just 3 hours on Tuesday night. That is 13 convenience stores in less than a week. The CEO of the Neighborhood Market Association says his group is now offering a reward for information in this case.
We believe that these are possibly juveniles under the age of 18 committing these crimes, and there's guns involved. So you have that mix of a group of people committing armed robberies, several over the course of a short period of time.
And that reward is $10,000 for any information that will lead to the arrest for these criminals. And of course, if you do have any information, you are encouraged to call Crime Stoppers. I'm Regina Yurita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you. We'll take a look at this. This morning, 2 people in custody accused of stealing a car and shoplifting at a Nike store. This happened yesterday at the Las Americas Premium Outlets in San Ysidro. The suspects led police on a chase for about 5 minutes before crashing into a tree. Police found the car stuffed with Nike boxes and clothing and with license plates from other cars. Right now, a new ban is in effect for e-bikes, electric scooters, and motorized pedicabs along the Embarcadero.
This comes just ahead of the San Diego Bay Parade of Lights. CBS 8's Chris Groh live at the Embarcadero now with reaction to these new regulations. It's something I think we're so used to seeing there, Chris.
Yeah, and you know what? We've got a group of runners that are right here behind us about to start their group run here in the morning. And you got to imagine that they're going to like the fact that it's going to be just a little bit less crowded here on the Embarcadero, on the walkways, on the pedestrian path, no longer having to dodge some of those e-scooters, those e-bikes, or even those pedicabs. Now, as for exactly what's going to be going on, all of those that I just mentioned, they are going to be banned from being here on the Embarcadero. These rules went into effect just yesterday. It was the Port of San Diego that passed these new regulations, all in an effort to keep those walkways clear and more safe. Now, the way that it is going to work is that pedicab owners, for instance, they're going to be the ones that are going to be regulated. They will now be required to get a license. Each pedicab will then get a sticker. Pedicabs without a motor will have green stickers and will still be allowed in pedestrian zones, but motorized ones will have a yellow sticker, and if they violate any of these rules, they could have that license revoked.
If you see a pedicab on the Embarcadero, on that walkway, with a yellow sticker, there's a way to report that so that the port knows about it and can enforce that violation.
And of course, if you use a motorized wheelchair, for instance, that is still going to be allowed. If it's something that you need to get around, that will not violate any type of regulations here on the Embarcadero. Eric and Netta.
Okay, those early risers ready to go run right now.
Hey,
impressive
hats off to those
group.
folks getting up
Yeah.
and kind of bearing these cool temps here.
Yes, it is chilly, but I saw the short shorts. They were out there.
I mean, nothing stops San Diegans from getting out there in whatever attire they'd like.
And sometimes it's hard to run in pants.
Yeah,
I get it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. We're at least we're mostly in the 40s out there. I'm trying to find exactly. Yeah. I mean, we know that even in the rain, San Diegans are out there playing beach volleyball, enjoying their, enjoying the beach nonetheless. It's 6:08 on the dot right now. 48 degrees in downtown San Diego. As you move inland, we're mostly in the upper 30s, low 40s out there. The greater region, though, gives you some context. Flagstaff, Arizona is at 33 degrees. You might remember earlier this week, Ramona touched down at 27 degrees. That was their overnight low. We are now moving in a warmer direction, especially as we head into next week for our overnight lows. Afternoon highs, though, are going to dip down along with that dense cloud cover that will build. That's all associated with the cooler, cloudier weather that's coming into play for next week. In the meantime, though, today and tomorrow, we've got warm, dry days ahead. That's today, Friday, as well as Saturday. Starting to see that gorgeous sunrise, too. We're still about 30 minutes out from it, though. Periods of gusty Santa Ana winds are going to mainly affect our mountains and foothills, 30 to 40 miles per hour. Main emphasis on this is it is Friday, of course. The weekend is upon us. A lot of people are going to be making travel plans. So if you're traveling over the mountain passes, do keep in mind that high-profile vehicles especially should be taking caution out there with those Santa Ana winds. If you're going to hit the coastline, enjoy it. 70s out there, 10 degrees warmer than normal for most spots, 72 for Saturday, 70 for Sunday. Clouds start to build throughout the weekend, and that's going to be an emphasis in particular on Sunday and Monday as those clouds really build and as we transition away from this gorgeous dry weather pattern that we've been holding on to for most of the week and transition toward wet weather that will affect us going through next week. Not this week in particular or the weekend. It's really Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week that we're watching for that daily chance of rain in the forecast. As we look outside, as far as traffic goes, things are pretty quiet out there on the roads. We do want to take you here to the northbound 15. This is just north of State Route 94. Roads are flowing pretty smoothly. No fog this morning, so road conditions are pretty quiet. We will take you to just one crash that has popped up. This one is on the 78. So we've got a crash on the 78 westbound at the 10. This is at Rancho Santa Fe Road at exit 10. You can see how there's some minor backups there on the 78 in the San Marcos area. Also on the 15 southbound, you're running into quite a decent delay there, stretching all the way through about the Hidden Meadows area down to the 78 in the Escondido region. So if you're headed toward Escondido, that's where you're going to run into some delays this morning. Let's check in on border wait times. 6:10 on the clock right now. Over 2 hours out there at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. 125 minutes in total. The Otay Mesa Port of Entry is going to run you about 100 minutes. So that'll be about an hour 40. We also want to give you an alert to drivers in Ramona this morning. Caltrans is partially closing lanes on State Route 67. This is starting at 9 a.m., so just about 3 hours from now, between Day Street and Mussey Grade Road. They're also closing one side of the highway to repave. Slowing can be expected to start around 7:30, so that is just over an hour from now. On Sunday through Tuesday, the closures will be from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m., so shouldn't be as affecting your morning commute, considering it's in that overnight stretch. Back to you.
All right, Evan, thank you very much. And still ahead here, new information overnight on the next phase for the Israel-Hamas war.
Plus, a new discovery about what causes severe morning sickness for pregnant women. And an unusual excuse for, being late to work. The bull that disrupted the commute.